Have you ever wanted something so bad that you had to believe it was true? Have you ever thought something was too good to be true? We're going to talk about that.
Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing
Wake Up, episode 7 of Supergirl. And it is very aptly named. Alright, so the episode itself is mostly a Kara episode, but there's a bunch of plot lines that are all streaming together. There's a lot to unpack, especially with the whole Mon-El thing, and things that have happened all season that have led up to this. So we're going to have to do some dancing to get this discussion started. But before we do, what I do here is I review shows, I do theory videos, I, in general, just take apart stories, examine them, figure out why we tell them, how we tell them. If that sounds interesting to you, especially coming towards that 4-night crossover, click subscribe, because we're going to get started. Alright, so there's some family drama going on between Alex, Kara, and her mom because Alex and Maggie broke up. There's the Kryptonian thing where there is actually another Kryptonian on Earth named Rain, but doesn't know it because she was adopted all those years ago into basically a normal family. We have some secret identity issues like we do in every show with superheroes, and of course we have the Martian Manhunter's father now on Earth. And that alone has some interesting consequences. And then again, there's also the fact that Rain might be one of the World Destroyers. That's a storyline from the comics. And next week we're doing 4-episode crossover, A Crisis on Earth X, if you haven't heard. So there's a lot going on. Let's throw this up there and get started.
So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time.
And I complain a lot about Martian Manhunter getting given a downgrade. But they gave him a new power set when he doesn't even really have that much in the comics. He can phase, but phasing other people is pretty powerful, which is how he went through the ground. I can't believe that in a show where they downplay his strength so much, they're gonna give him additional powers like that. But I'll hold off on my bitching on this because maybe this power will come up in the future. After all, we have a lot of Kryptonian stuff going on, and a lot of what this episode is really about is the fact that, hey, Mon-El's back. Okay, so Kara really wants Mon-El back, and everyone's assumed he was going to come back as a member of the Legion of Superheroes, myself including. A nice time travel story would be great, but what we get is, well, this. In the meantime, we have the Rain story going on, and this episode starts off with her figuring out just what she is. And I have to say, the fact that we are confirmed that Ruby is her biological daughter, not adopted, the fact that she was adopted, well, we don't know exactly what happened. But, alright, just quick aside, I have to ask this. What is it with people keeping alien spaceships in their barn? I mean, seriously, like, just that alien tech, do you have any idea, like, the polymers, just what it could be? Okay, fine. She wanted her to have a normal life. And Samantha so far has had a relatively normal life. And she's going to want to give a normal life to Ruby, too. Although she does handle the revelation that she's an alien a little better than most. Oh, it's a good thing, darling. I'm just going to learn more about myself. Her journey, following that crystal, is actually a great analogy for the journey that everyone has to take of self-discovery. Of course, then there's what was going on with Mon-El and Kara, and what's going on with John and his father. And I want to touch on John and his father for a second, because I do want to just say that too is a great analogy for today. Hey, I'm not the prisoner of the DEO. You are. We've been together for so many hours, and you've looked at your smart device. I swear to God, that sounds like something someone would say to me. A prisoner of work, a prisoner of social media, a prisoner of worry about what's going on in the world. Maybe it's time to wake up and not pay so much attention. Or maybe there's a trick. Maybe you won't like what you discover when you learn the truth. Maybe someone else's journey has taken them so far afield. Or maybe the path you've been walking isn't the one you thought you had. Maybe there was a mistake. Maybe you don't want to know the truth. So Manhunter did pretty good. I mean, you know, he got an apartment. Supergirl's boyfriend is married. And, yeah. Well, they're going to need to talk that one through. Maybe she didn't wake up so much as she's just having a living nightmare right now. Someone else woke up, though. And that someone was Samantha. First, when they built a new Fortress of Solitude out of stone instead of crystal, and that's kind of sort of right out of the comics. There was a while when Superman's fortress was in the Amazon because the crystals adapt to whatever environment they're in. They were only in the Arctic because that was somewhere secluded. In this case, they're in a desert. And now, the World Destroyers. These guys are literally doomsday prototypes. These guys are Kryptonians amped to the nth. And these are people who can literally decide, I'm going to destroy your Earth now. And Supergirl might be the only one that can stop them. Then again, honestly, I don't know if she's capable of it. I'm putting my bet on Ruby's the one that's going to have to be used to stop her. That woman in the Holomatrix told her that Ruby was a mistake. Well, I think that mistake is it made her more human. It grounded her, gave her something to care about. Because they didn't want her to care about something. They wanted her to destroy Earth. Not necessarily Earth, probably, but Earth in general, the planet that she would go to. And I wonder if they're going to need to bring the whole House of L and the Martians in on this to stop her. Because like I said, World Destroyers are a lot bigger than just Supergirl. But for an episode that's about to lead into a 4-part crossover, this left a lot of strings hanging. We still have Mon-El there. We still have Mon-El's wife. We still have the fact that we haven't dealt with the wedding that was called off. And now we have a World Destroyer wakening up. Now, I started this episode off by saying, have you ever wanted something so bad that you made yourself believe it? Kara believed Mon-El was back, 100% her Mon-El, and didn't want to believe that there was any strings attached to how he got back. She made herself believe that, even when he didn't say that. When he was acting distant, she said, oh, well, there must be a reason. Of course, the reason is he's married, and he moved on because the 7 months to her has been 7 years to him. And he did say he was living in the future. I think it was the 31st century. And if it is, then that's Legion of Superhero time period, and that's why there are people living on other Earths, or on other planets. I'm left wondering, though, does he have a Legion flight ring? Is there a way they could use this to bring in other members of the Legion? Will they even mention the Legion? Or will this whole time travel shenanigans just be a quick swept under the rug? Will he be back for the rest of the season, or is he only back for a couple of episodes? I doubt he's going to take part in the 4-night crossover, because I haven't seen him in any of the advertisement yet. I keep saying 4-night, 4-episode, it's 2-night. But okay, so, all in all, this episode was confusing. It had a very strong theme of finding yourself, and what you get lost in along the way. But I think I liked it. I mean, I really would love to hear your thoughts down below. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. Because starting next week, we're going to have Supergirl, then Arrow, and then the next night we're going to have Flash, then Legends. It's a storyline called Crisis on Earth X that's been revolved for a while, and it's not quite Crisis on Infinite Earths, but it is a Crisis on Another Earth, which was what they used to do before Crisis on Infinite Earths. And as you see in this picture, everyone's coming to show up. I can hardly wait to see a live-action The Ray. The fact that I haven't been reviewing half of the other Berlantiverse shows makes me wonder how I'm going to set this up exactly, especially since I normally am watching Gifted at the same time. I guess I'm going to have to delay my Gifted video next week and put all of my effort into this, and then on Wednesday morning do my review of the next 2 episodes, so that I can do a full 4-part crossover explanation like I did last year. For now, we're going to wait and see how that starts off, but I need you to do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button and share this video on Facebook and other places, and if you haven't already, subscribe. We're building a community here. One where when I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a special video with a giveaway of an Amazon gift card, and then maybe start doing that more regularly, depending on how you guys react to that. For now, I'm going to, like I said, watch Gifted, and try and figure out how they're going to start up with all these loose ends. But thank you for walking with me through the heart of Supergirl.